Welcome! Today we're going to learn to solve equations that contain more than one variable in it. Now, when I say more than one variable, it's all going to be the same variable, just like terms. In other words, a very simple one they might give you is something like g plus 7g equals 16. So in other words, you see, oh, there's a g here, there's a g here. What can we do? Well, they're like terms. We can add them. 1g plus 7 more g's is 8g equals the 16. Now it's a one-step equation. I want to remove that multiplication, so I'm going to divide the left side of the equation by 8. That must mean I'm going to divide the right side by 8, and I get a g value of 2. Now, they might give you a lot of like terms to add. They might give you something like 8p minus 6p plus 3p plus 5p plus 7 equals 17. Now, something like that, you got to be careful because this 7 here is not a like term as these 4. But all 4 of these, even though each term contains a p, they're like terms. 8p minus 6, well, that's 2p. 2 plus 3 more, well, that's 5. 5 plus 5 more is 10. So whatever's the easiest way for you to combine those like terms, you add them up. So again, so you can see slowly, those two added together is going to be 2p. And then I still have that 3p plus 5p plus 7 equals 17. I add those two together now. That's 5p plus 5p plus 7 equals 17. I add those two. That's 10p plus 7 equals 17. Now I have a simple two-step equation. All I need to do is minus the 7 from both sides of the equation to get that term of 10p by itself. 17 minus 7 is 10. Divide both sides now by 10 to get rid of the 10 that's next to the p, and I find out that p is 1. Right? So again, not too difficult of a process as long as you're remembering to add like terms. Now, they are going to unfortunately try to make things confusing by throwing in pluses and minuses, right? So they might give you something like a negative 2c minus 4c minus a minus 15c plus a negative 18c plus 10 equals negative 8. So again, just be very, very careful. Watch your signs. I might recommend let's just actually eliminate all those double signs. What I mean by that is I'm going to write the negative 2c down, just minus 2c. The minus 4c is minus 4c. But this minus a minus is really plus 15c because minus a minus becomes addition. Plus minus, that's just going to be a minus 18c. Plus the 10 equals the negative 8. Now I'm going to go through and combine them. Now again, you can do it first two terms. That's negative 6 plus 15 would be 9. 9 minus 18 would be negative 9. So whatever is the easiest way for you to add those up. I actually kind of prefer to add up all the negatives. So what I do is I add up all the negatives. That's going to be negative 2, negative 4 more is negative 6, and a negative 18 would be a negative 24c. Then I have that 15c plus 10 equals negative 8. Now I'm going to find the difference between negative 24 and 15. That difference is going to be a negative 9c plus 10 equals negative 8. And again, if you were unsure about that, you can rewind and watch me as I negative 6. That's going to be 9 minus 18 is negative 9, right? You get the same answer, or same combined like term. Now we're going to minus 10 from both sides. That's going to give us a negative 9c equals a negative 18. Divide both sides by negative 9. And we get c equals 2. Again, a very simple, straightforward process as long as you're being very careful with your signs. Now, so far, all the numbers have been kind of small. They might give you problems with larger numbers. Don't panic. 65t minus 58t plus 12 plus 3t plus 16t equals 38. Again, so they're big numbers. We can deal with big numbers. So again, if it's easier, just work left to right. 65 minus 58 is going to be 7t plus 12 plus 3t plus 16t equals 38. Now, they put this 12 in the middle. It's not a like term. Be careful. There's no t with the 12, so don't add the 12 to the 7. But what I'm going to do is add the 12 to the 3 and the 16. Well, 7 plus 3 is 10t, so I'll start there, 10t. I still have that 16t that I need to add. The plus 12 I'm going to stick at the end now. So what I did is I just pushed that to the end, added those two. Now the 10t plus the 16t is 26t plus 12 equals 38. Minus 12 from both sides. That's 26t equals, well, 38 minus 12 is going to be 26. And of all things, the answer is a small number. It's going to be 1. Now, like previous lessons, you could easily check to make sure your solution of 1 works by plugging it back in. What I like about 1 is if I times by 1, it's just 65 minus 58, which is 7. 7 plus 12 is 19. 19 plus 3 is 22. And 22 plus 16 is 38. So it actually worked in the original problem. So by all means, check your work before you hit submit to make sure you haven't made a mistake. You'll catch a lot of mistakes if you tried it or if you check. If you have questions, do bring them to class and I will do what I can.